Welcome back. My name is Brad Rhines.
I'm Brian Sands, and
this is Stage Talk
with Brian and Brad.
And we're talking about A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder and Love Petit.
It's an adaptation of the novel that was the inspiration for the classic British movie Kind Hearts and Coronets with Alec Guinness. Brad, what did you think of it?
Yeah, so it was based on a novel that was then a movie, 2013 Broadway musical, earned the Tony that year for Best Musical. This was a great looking production at Love Petit, I thought, directed by Christina Pellegrini, who is the assistant director of that Broadway production. Mm-hmm. So some nice credentials there. The costumes by Casey Thomasy looked really good. The dresses that the women wore were really sort of bold and elegant. And one sort of trick in this show is that Ricky Graham hams it up, and he plays about 8 different characters, and so
just like Alec Guinness in the movie.
That's right. And so speaking of costumes, I imagine there was some sort of quick change artistry going on back there.
I'd love to be backstage.
Yeah, it was fun. The music was good. Michael McKelvey directing the orchestra. The choreography by Palenko Jones Jr. I just thought, all in all, it was a great looking show. Really, really sort of top quality production values.
But what did you think of the musical itself?
I thought I liked the story. So do you want to describe what it's about?
Well, in it, this gentleman finds out that he comes from a noble family. His mother was disinherited for marrying for love, mm-hmm. and they've had a hard scrabble existence. Mm-hmm. His father has passed away many years ago. His mother just passed away, and kind of a mysterious lady tells him, "You're a part of this rich family. You are 8th in line to the earldom," and this is in the 1920s. So the costumes remind me almost of like Edward Gorey.
Oh, sure.
And so this young man, played by Kevin Murphy, decides to move his way up the family ladder.
How does he do that?
Oh, by means not entirely legal.
Some murderous scheming.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is where Ricky plays each one of the relatives,
all 8 of them,
including some women.
That's right.
And he does a great job with
That's
that. Right. The problem is, I think, is that the music tends to sound the same. Mm-hmm. There's 1 or 2 good numbers, but it has that kind of Edwardian music hall feel to it, where nothing really sticks in your mind, or at least my mind.
For me, the things that stood out, there were some great numbers, not necessarily because of the music, but there were some great set pieces. The I've Decided to Marry You, some really creative staging.
Yes.
That was Kevin Murphy playing Monty, the soon-to-be Earl. Sarah Carlton played Sabella, and Rachel Looney played Phoebe, and that was a great little number.
Absolutely.
Poison in My Pocket with the skating rink thing. So again, like really great creative staging. I'm with you. The music was not super memorable. I loved the plot with the murders one after the next. There was some love interest stuff and some backstory about the mom that I thought just padded
and this is whereas the movie ran 1 hour and 45 minutes, the play with intermission is 2.5 hours, which is a little bit long when you don't have something that just drags you in. What I loved about this production was, whereas on Broadway, the gentleman who played Monty, who was nominated for a Tony for it, played him in Act 1 as a kind of a milquetoast. He didn't have a whole lot of a spine to him. Kevin Murphy here gives him a real personality from the get-go. You see passion there, you see ambition, and so as he goes along, it's not this jarring change from mild-mannered, guy who gets stepped on all the time to this murderer. It kind of comes out organically, and I really enjoyed that. The 2 actresses, Rachel and Sarah, sang beautifully and acted it very well, but I missed some of the specificity that the actresses on Broadway brought to the roles, whereas his cousin, who he has a romantic thing with, was almost nerdy on Broadway. Here she was just a really lovely girl, and it took some of the personality out. Sabella, who played in the movie by the wonderful Joan Greenwood, had this kind of lispy, wispy quality to her that the actress on Broadway had. Here she was just nice. And again, a good performance, but it took a little of the texture out of it for me.
Mm-hmm. So, I thought it was a great looking performance. It was engaging in that it was really solid to watch visually, and the production values, but maybe didn't have quite the heart and soul we would have liked.
Easy to like, a little more difficult to love.
Okay, that's A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, playing at La Petite through February
3rd, I believe? Yes.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brad Rhines.
I'm Brian Sands.
And this is Stage Talk with Brian and Brad.
See you next time.